Okay, let's just make sure that we have the latest copy of Legend of Zelda Switch 2 pre-orders. Okay, looks like we have a few of those coming in. Wonderful, I'll have to snag one of those for myself. Ah, hey, how you doing? My name's Nate, welcome to Games, and More Games. The store where we sell games, and more games. How can I help you today? Just looking for some Switch games? Yeah? Wonderful. I think it's probably a really good time to get into the Switch with the Switch 2 coming on. Especially if they have some of the cross-platform games, and would be really good. Especially also it's going to be bringing down some of the price of some of these games, which will be nice. So, if you're not willing to spend that extra bit of money for the Switch 2, you can, still get into a bit of that Switch gaming and enjoy some of the classic ones. Was there any particular games you're after, or just sort of, after a few different options? A few different options? Yeah, no, that's okay. And you've got a Switch 2 console already? Yeah? Well, what have you got? Mario Kart? Yeah, very nice, very nice. As always, a classic. Anything else? Mario Party? Okay, yeah. No, Mario Party is very good too. I do enjoy that one. Just those two? Okay, wonderful. Well, how about I give you some options and we can see what you think about those and go from there. And do you need any sort of equipment or anything? Any new controller at all? A new controller? Yeah, no, that's fair. We've got one of those on the side that I can give you, both Joy-Cons and one of the sort of the holders, so if you want to play them together, not when it's docked, we can go with that. Yeah? Sounds good? Awesome. Well, I've got some ones that I've put aside for another customer. We've got double ups, so if you're interested in any of these ones, I can show them and we can grab another copy from our back. How's that sound? Yeah. Oh, well, if you want, I can probably just pan those ones over to you if they don't come back in time, Well, what we do at Games, and More Games is sell games, and more games. So if you're willing to buy them, we're willing to sell them. So, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right here that could be of interest to you. We've got some multiplayer, which is good. We've got some sort of single player, which is good too. And some ones that are a little bit of both. How's that sound? Interested? Okay, that's great. We'll start with number 1, which is the Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy. It's on special, this one as well. Only $57, which is, pretty good deal. This is a remake, remaster, depends on how you see it. Probably more a remaster, this one, of the original ones that run PlayStation 1. So we've got Crash Bandicoot, Crash Bandicoot 2, and Crash Bandicoot 3. I'm trying to remember the exact names, it's a little bit lame, but that's basically it. So, have you played any of the Crash Bandicoot games at all? No, you haven't? Well, to be fair, I've only really played the first one, which is probably, the most classic. I do have quite a fond memories of doing the, sort of the time trial missions. Yeah? You're not really into time trial? Well, if you, give this one a go, I promise you'll enjoy it. Yeah? Single player, yeah, definitely only single player. Though, if you've got some friends and some housemates, you can just, take turns. It's actually been quite good for that, because the levels can be quite quick, and when you die or fail, you can easily just start again and someone else can pick up. So I'll read you just a little bit of the back, so you can get an idea of what you're going. Crash is back, and insanely better. 3 full games, well, that's pretty good value. 100 plus levels. And 2 playable characters. So you play as Crash, or, oh my god, I'm gonna space on the name, the female one. I have unlocked her, and I can't remember. That's really embarrassing. What's that? Well, it's called games and more games. Doesn't mean I played every game, you know? There's some I haven't. Many I've finished, but this happens to be not one of them. But you can experience intense platforming, epic challenges, and adventures. And it comes with stunning new animations and graphics. And it does actually look pretty good on the Switch. Nice and clean, runs very well. No sort of frame drops or lag spikes to be aware of. Playing docked as well versus handheld both work really well. So if you're going on long trips or just want to spend some time sitting on the couch, not facing the TV, this one works pretty well. So what do you think about that? Single player is a good option? Something that you can, share with young ones because, it's pretty kid friendly? What do you think? And it's only, of course, $57, which is a nice bargain for 3 games. Interested? Okay. Yeah, well, we'll put that one to the side and we can look at the others and see how we go. Yeah? Awesome. So, next one we have is Luigi's Mansion 3. This one is a pretty good co-op one. Or you can play single player too. Get to control both Luigi and the Shadow. It's not really Shadow, the Gooigi. I have not finished this one either. But playing together with someone can be quite fun. Fighting ghosts, doing challenges, puzzles. What do you think about that? Not really into Luigi, not really into ghosts. That's okay, that's alright. This one, I think, this is the only Luigi Mansion one that I played, and if you're looking for some really good co-op games, we do have the next option, which is very good for co-op. One that I'd highly recommend if that's what you're interested in. Yeah, that's okay. I'll put that one to the side, that's alright. So, next we have It Takes Two. Now, this is one that I would highly recommend if you have a buddy to play with, someone at home, play split screen, which is fantastic in this day and age. You don't get that very often. So you get to play as the 2 characters, they're male and female, and both actually have different sort of play styles for some of the levels, which is really interesting. So if you play through the game as one character, you can go back and play as the other. Now, this is a game that does require 2 people. You can't really play it single player at all. But it is one that I would highly recommend for just playing through with a buddy, with a friend, a partner. If you're looking for some fun times, it's really good. Lots of different levels. And a lot of the levels are actually played very differently. Like, for example, one of the levels is like a top-down ARPG style. One character is a wizard, I think that's the male, yeah, and the female gets a really big sword, which is cool. Other levels are set in ice, and there's like sliding around, ice skating. There's got jumping puzzles. I'm sure you've probably seen a lot of the TikToks online of where the male character is doing lots and lots of jumps and then the female is having a bit of trouble. So if you don't mind jumping puzzles, you can get this one. It's very good. Story's not too bad as well. It's about these 2 estranged parents coming back together to sort of work through their issues and help their daughter. It's got some nice voice acting, animations. Art style is very good, and it changes throughout, which is really interesting to watch. I'll let you see some of the images on the back there. sort of gives you an idea of what's going on in there. The two main characters there as well. So you're interested in maybe a co-op game to play with someone? Yeah? That's awesome, that's really good to hear. Well, hop on the wildest co-op trip of your life. And what's better for this one, as a full game owner, invite a friend to join for free. So if one of you owns the game, such as yourself, you can invite another person to play with you, if they don't own the game. Which is pretty good value. It's not too long, I don't think. I think probably maybe 10 to 15 hours total per playthrough. You can do 2, so you can both experience each character, so maybe 15 to 20 to 25, if you're really speeding through. But there's lots of side activities, achievements to get if you're into that kind of thing, so you don't have to feel like you're rushing to get through everything. And this is one that I would recommend that you take your time in, really explore every nook and cranny of the levels, because they are very well designed. How's that sound? Yeah? Awesome. I'll put that one in the yes bar, and we can move on to another. So, and next is a fan favorite around games and more games. This is Overcooked, and it's actually the all-you-can-eat edition. And you can see it's also on special for only $47. Have you heard of Overcooked at all? You haven't? Oh, that's surprising. This is a classic. It's on a few platforms, actually. I think first released possibly on PC, and now it's done its rounds to Switch. It's 1 to 4 players on a single screen, single console. Everyone just plays on the same screen, so it's not split screen, but it doesn't matter. It's a great party game. If you want to have a few friends over. I wouldn't say it's a particularly relaxing game to play. If you've got a partner, maybe hold off on playing this one. Depends on how much you value your relationship. It can be a bit stressful. Yeah. You don't mind about that? No, that's good to hear. Well, that's just the sign of a good relationship or a good friendship. If it can stand the test of Overcooked, it's a pressure. So it's got both games, Overcooked 1 and 2. I think I prefer Overcooked 2 because you can... I won't spoil, but there is some extra things you can do in Overcooked 2 that you couldn't do in Overcooked 1. But the main premise is you cook in a kitchen. Very simple, just chopping things up, putting it in a dish, washing dishes, serving things up, but a lot of the stress comes from having to do it very, very quickly. And obviously you want to get the highest score possible, and so you're going to need to do it fast. And make sure you don't overcook anything. So, both games and all DLC remastered. Full cross-platform multiplayer. That's pretty good. Comes with all new exclusive content, which is 200 plus levels of co-op cooking chaos. And they are not lying when they say chaos. Very, very much is so. Have you ever worked in a kitchen? No? Well, this game will prepare you for what the real world is going to be like if you ever decide to be a chef. How would I know? Well, I played the game. Have I ever worked in a kitchen? No, I don't think that's relevant, no. So you're interested in this one? Yeah. I'll just let you look at some of the art style at the bottom there. I think the game does a good job of sort of that sort of an art style, you know, very stylistic, very interesting to look at. It's very fun. You can play it solo, it's just not as enjoyable. I think really part of the fun comes from the memories that you make playing with others. Interested? Awesome. So yeah, that one is $47. Sounds pretty fantastic. Wow. Bit of a bargain there. Yeah? Awesome. Okay, I'll put that one in the yes pile. Okay, now, our last game is also a classic. I feel like if anyone's ever owned a Nintendo of any sort, they'll have at least one version of Super Smash Brothers. This particular one is Super Smash Brothers Ultimate. You could say it's the Ultimate Edition. You get to see quite a few characters on the front there, different options. And then on the back here, quite a few different options of characters as well, which is really quite enjoyable. Have you ever played any of the Super Smash? You played the original? Yeah. Well, this one, it's similar enough to the original, pretty similar gameplay. You're just getting more characters in different levels. I think this one is also a great party game. 1 to 4 players on the same console. You can even play with 1 to 8. Oh, my apologies. Yes, 1 to 8 on the same console, which is pretty good. Now, this one can be quite difficult if you're playing with people who are really good. I myself am not very good. So, when I've some of my friends who are maybe not pros, but much better than the game, can be a bit tough. But, you know, you can play against the AI, the bots, set the difficulty to practice and get better and still have a great time. Now there's quite a few different characters. Some of the classics, Mario, Luigi, Donkey Kong. You've got Link. This one has Pac-Man. Did find it quite enjoyable. This one has, Solid Snake, or I think it's actually not Solid Snake. Big Boss. Ooh. Snake. I think it's just Snake in this one from Metal Gear Solid 3, which is actually quite interesting, fun to play. There is some DLC as well, if you want to play some of the other characters. They had Sora from Kingdom Hearts. Yeah. You'll have to purchase the DLC online, unfortunately, but there's quite a few characters for the base game. What else have we got? Charizard, Bulbasaur, Pikachu, Pichu, Daisy, Peach, Samus. You can even go Samus Zero Suit. Some of the other characters from like Fire Emblem you can play. Characters from Castlevania. It's quite a enjoyable game, this one. So you're into that one? Yeah? Awesome. No, that's great to hear. I think this one will probably would be my favourite out of your options. I think it's just a nice pick. Just good quality, yeah. How's that sound? That sounds good. Okay, awesome. Well, how about, since that person hasn't come in, we'd give you all 4 of those ones. I can give you a bit of a discount for them. I know some of them are already discounted, but at games and more games, we need to be selling games and more games. So anything to make a customer such as yourself happy. Yeah. So we've got 4. Let's just go over what we're choosing. The Overcooked All You Can Eat Edition. It Takes Two. Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy. and Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Happy with those options? Awesome. Let me just create that order for you, and we can put that one together. So, have you shopped at more games before? No? That's okay. Well, do you mind if I just set you up in the system? That way we can track what you buy, and if we ever come in again, we can provide some other recommendations. Does that sound good? Okay. Just set this up. Okay. Can I just grab your first name, please? Yeah. And your last name? Okay. Do you have an email at all I could have? Yeah? Gmail, was it? Okay. Awesome. And are you interested in signing up to promotions? Yeah, awesome. And besides the Switch, was there any other consoles for future reference that you're interested in? PlayStation, yeah, 5 and 4? Okay, yeah, no, that's cool. PC at all? Yeah, awesome. PC, wonderful. So I'll get those ones set up in the order for you. So we got triple cooked, one of those, Super Smash, where's those, It Takes Two, and Crash Bandicoot, one of those, awesome. So the total for today is going to be $150. How's that sound? Yeah? Okay. Well, really appreciate you coming in today. Hopefully you enjoy those games, and you'll have to let me know next time you come in how you went with them. But until next time, I'll see you later. Bye.